Hey everyone, welcome to GardenFork. We've got a couple of emails where people are asking about the pizza or bread peel that we made our artisan bread in 5 minutes a day bread with, and also our how to make pizza episode.
Ooh.
Wow, look at that, that worked.
It peeled beautifully.
This is the peel which I made. It's a peel, I don't know why it's called peel, but it's a scooper thing to kind of scoot the bread or pizza into your oven and then to pull it back out again. It's just easy. We can do it. We're going to go down the basement. You don't need a lot of tools to do this. You could do this with just hand tools. I like power tools, so we're going to use the power tools. The first thing you want to do is determine how big you want your peel to be. And I determined that by looking at the size of your baking stone. This is a pizza stone or baking stone. I got this at one of the kitchen stores. And we're making a pizza peel for our good friend Charlie, whose voice has appeared in a number of the shows. The best thing I think for a pizza peel is a piece of thin plywood. This might be called Luan. If you go to one of the big box home improvement stores, they sell pieces of plywood already cut into 2-foot square sections, 2 foot by 2 foot, and they also have 2 foot by 4 foot. This is a birch covered piece of plywood. They also make it in oak. And then Luan, you don't really have a choice, but if you have Luan laying around your house, you could make it out of that as well. All right, so what we're going to do, get the most unwarped piece of plywood that they have in the rack. These are all stacked up on a shelf, and grab one of these. This one says quarter inch 2x2 birch. Get your square that you left out in the rain a couple times. I can measure, can't I? All right.
Measure twice.
This is called a square, by the way. If you don't have one, that's okay. You can use a ruler.
I bet they know that. Are you humming?
I'm humming, sorry.
What are you humming? Watch out. He hums pocket calculator songs.
Yeah, Kraftwerk. I like Kraftwerk, okay? I'm sorry. Now we're going to take this and cut it. There are a number of ways you could cut this. You can cut this with a regular hand saw. This is actually a back saw. You could use a jigsaw like this. You could use a circular saw like this. And you can also use a table saw like this.
Wow.
And by the way, if you're thinking about getting a table saw, go to some tag sales. This is a Craftsman cast iron top, really nice one that I got for $100.
You've got all the luck.
No, I don't. By the way, one problem with using the circular saw is it chips up a lot of this.
Oh yeah.
Which you could avoid by putting a piece of tape on there and then cutting it.
Tape?
Yeah, that blue masking tape. You want the side of the peel that's going to face up, the pretty side, the sliding side, to be face down when you cut it.
The pizza side.
The pizza side face down. All right, remember, always wear your safety equipment.
Afterthought.
So take a little sanding block.
You got one of those?
Yeah, I'm not quite sure why that split up as much and this one didn't, but I'm not Norm Abrams, so. Next you need the pole part. You need the pole part of your pizza thing. This is called a 1x2. It's 3/4 by 1.5, so it's called a 1x2. And this is going to go.
You guys see the light bulb over Eric's head?
Like this, yes. Oh, I forgot. A very important part. We have to make this edge kind of pointy.
Beveled?
Beveled, good word. You can do that a couple ways. You can take some sandpaper. This is a 60 grit sandpaper. Literally roll it around a piece of wood and sand it. Or you can also use a palm sander and do the same thing. That's those little square sanders that kind of buzz in your hand. They go, they make that noise.
Yeah.
Or you can use a belt sander like this. I have a belt sander, so I'm going to use it because it's a power tool. I don't know where my palm sander is. I think one of my friends borrowed it. That's why I put my name on all my tools and people make fun of me. But that way, I go in someone's garage and I see my tools, I take them back. Not bad, huh? Next, you want to have the handle for your peel, and we're going to use a piece of 3/4 by 1.5, so it's called a 1x2 in the lumber yard. But just get one of these. You will need some 3/4 inch wood screws, like this. You want to find the center of your board. Let's say halfway. Go halfway down your board. That'll be better. You like how I make this up as I go along? I'm going to put 2 marks, 3 inches in and 6 inches in. We're going to take a larger drill bit. And again, if you're a master carpenter or someone that is, you know someone, they could help you with this. But you want to do what's called a countersink, because these screws, we want them to be flush with the wood, and they have a little angle on them, a little angle seat like that. So we're just going to drill a little indentation for them to sit in. Very lightly, just don't shove the drill in. So then when the screw goes in, it'll sit in that indentation there. Or we hope it will. Am I the only one that the glue always dries in the top of the thing and then you can't get it off again? Now you want to take some wood glue. Not a lot of wood glue. You can use the kind of what they call white glue or wood glue. You can also use those polyurethane kind of glues. The thing with wood glue and glues in general is less is better. Our handle is going to go here. So we want to put a little bit of glue on here. We take our 2 wood screws. Sand the edges a bit. And you have yourself a pizza peel or a bread peel. Pretty nice, huh?
Lovely.
Has a nice little edge here.
Yeah.
2 wood screws.
Yep.
Just a little bit of wood glue. And by the way, the wood glue is incredibly strong. So actually it's stronger than the screws. We put the screws in to hold it while it dries. But once this thing sets with the glue, it's not going anywhere. Take this, get some food grade mineral oil, coat this up, and you're good to go.
You love that.
I love it. It's inexpensive, especially if you or one of your friends has some scrap plywood around and a 1x2. The other day I did a job for a client and I got all the lumber out of a dumpster because they were renovating down the street. And so instead of having to buy new wood, I just walked down the street. I said, hey, is it all right I take some of this? They said, yeah, take it. And I did this repair with all free wood. So come to our site, it's GardenFork.tv. There's a bunch of videos. We also have GardenFork Radio, which is an audio podcast and internet radio show with me and friends talking about stuff. And there's a bunch of places to comment on the forum. You can have your own photos and stuff. It's all sorts of fun stuff.
Lunch.
So, what I'm trying to say is if you're watching this video on a site that doesn't say GardenFork TV at the top, come to our site because
There's more.
Because there's a lot more and we're not making any money if you're watching on someone else's site. All these ads around here, someone else is making the money on that. So, thank you.